Hey everybody, I'm Cole from the Kingdom. I don't want to talk about AI, but I have some thoughts. There's a lot of nuance to my opinions, so before you judge, let me get to the end. Then you can tell me how wrong I am in the comments, okay? Okay. Where to start? Well, let me say I do see the benefit of certain AI tools. For example, it can be used to upscale images that would otherwise be too blurry, or it can cut down on the tedium of certain effects for editing videos. These kinds of things are fine. It gets more murky when it comes to generating images or writing. Now, I think training AI off artwork without consent from the artists is clearly unethical, and I think it would be perfectly reasonable for a class action lawsuit against the creators of these AI, and people that use them for profit. Same goes for AI voices, and especially people that use them for scams. There are some legal proceedings happening now for that sort of thing, but we'll need stronger laws written at some point, and I'll talk about that later. The most creative thing I'll use ChatGPT for is sometimes like the same way I use Fantasy Name Generator. I've also kind of used it for research. Like, I was looking up mythical creatures a while back. I don't know about you guys, but trying to get the results I want from Google or relying on Wikipedia for mythical creatures is like pulling teeth. So I'll ask ChatGPT what are some mythical creatures that represent X, or come from a certain culture. Then I'll use that as a jumping off point and Google what it generates individually. There used to be a website called Mythical Creatures List, and I have yet to find a suitable replacement. I'll also use it to look for historical stuff the same way, or when I need something explained succinctly and Google's giving me a hard time. Or I'll occasionally use it for science questions that I don't trust Reddit to answer for me. In my experience, the moderators of Ask Science don't understand the concept of learning, or the scientific method, or even the concept of concepts. Yeah, I've had some bad experiences with them. Of course, I take whatever it says with a grain of salt because it's wrong a lot of the time. So that's why I appreciate when it provides links to sources. But it's helpful when I need a quick answer for how something works. I don't see much of an issue using AI like this, except maybe environmental issues, but I feel like that's its own topic. Connected, but distinct. AI like ChatGPT also comes with risk. I am sincerely worried it will spread misinformation by accident if companies don't improve them. And with the newer generations coming in, combined with our schooling systems deteriorating, yeah, this is an issue that needs to be addressed. I'm also worried that it will negatively impact people's critical thinking skills. The internet has already hurt that, and AI is way worse. It needs to be used sparingly. I'll come back to solutions in a minute. I've got two more things I need to talk about. Number one, AI images are currently permeating the internet and I hate it. Number two, the very real danger of it taking jobs from creatives or otherwise making media way worse. So yeah, I'm sick of Pinterest and Google showing me tons of AI content. It's too much. If it's not going anywhere, then we should have a better means of blocking it from showing up in search results. If people don't properly tag their use of AI, then maybe we can have an AI that scans and filters AI images? I don't know, I'm just tired of seeing it. There's too much. Now for personal use, I can see it being useful in some ways, but it's still unethical because of how they're made. As far as images go, I wish we just had an AI search engine for images. Because I don't know about you, but I find it extremely annoying trying to find the right tags or search terms to find images. So if I could describe what I want and then an AI search engine shows me non-AI art that fits my description, that would be great. Now, AI taking jobs. I'm getting sick of seeing job ads that say things like AI driven or train our AI. Corporations want to use AI for a few reasons. First is speed. Like I said earlier, it's sometimes useful for things like video editing. I can see some uses for writers, but it's way better to just talk to real people. Corporations want money. That is their end goal. If they can use AI to make that happen faster, of course they'll want to use it. They don't care if it's unethical. If they can completely replace writers or artists, or use AI to cut down how much they have to pay for writers and artists, of course they'll want to use them. This is what we need unions for, or one of the things we need them for anyway. AI isn't going anywhere for a while, so we have to fight back. Ignoring the problem will not make it go away. Unfortunately, our governments are concerned with a lot of other problems at the moment, but we should start thinking about solutions now. Here's some things to keep in mind. If corporate media starts using AI for scripts and stuff, in its current state at least, people will naturally gravitate away from it, and they'll still lose money. Boycotting any corporation that uses AI to replace creatives is a major tool for us consumers. And hey, if you do like AI, go for it, give them your money. But I'm not giving them mine. For us creatives, I think having a guild would work well. Like there's the Writers Guild of America, and now a video game workers union that gives workers themselves the choice of whether or not to use AI. That's great stuff. But I also like proper guilds. Like any artist can join, they can help each other out, form teams and stuff, post job opportunities, all that kind of stuff. Like a Fantasy Adventurers Guild. I realize we have forums and Reddit and stuff, but I'm talking about something more official and streamlined, with some negotiating power against abusive business. If I ever get really rich, I'm probably going to start something like that. I probably don't even need to be rich, but I wouldn't know where to start. If anyone watching this wants to give it a go, feel free. I also think small businesses should form guilds so they can help each other out in the same way as a way to fight back against corporations. Speaking of companies and being rich, that's another thing. I would love to start a media company and we'd have our own sort of constitution that prioritizes human creativity. Because guess what? When we have companies that do that and always prioritize passion over profit, naturally that's where consumers are going to want to go. Because AI won't speak to people's hearts in the same way. Let me know if you want to see a video about what I'd do if I won the lottery. And I brought up boycotts earlier, but it doesn't even need to be intentional boycotts. Just show support to independent artists and ethical companies. And I mean show support. Give them engagement, if not money. Now, there's a lot to talk about in regards to corporate greed and stupid algorithms, and I do want to make videos for those, kind of. I want to make a video about what the gaming industry needs. I don't know, let me know what you all are interested in. So there may come a time when we need to get governments involved to make stricter laws surrounding this. Now, laws do not change hearts and minds, and corporate lobbyists might object. I'm hoping if we can stem the tide now, that won't be necessary for a while. If it ever does become necessary, I imagine unions, guilds, and Greta Thunberg-style Activisions would get things moving in the right direction. But politics is a whole separate beast. For all my thoughts on a better society, which I will talk about in the future, I will be the first to admit I'm not qualified to talk about how to go about making the changes I want to see. So to recap, there are a few AI tools that have good uses. Learning algorithms trained ethically, organization, interpretation, image background removers. That is not the same as generative AI, trained off artwork created by artists who did not consent to their art being used to train AI. I'm not the right one to go into detail, many other YouTubers have already done so. I think it's wrong, it shouldn't be done, I don't think it should be allowed, especially not for profit. If they can't be made without stealing work from people who didn't consent, they shouldn't be made. The best way I can think of to fight back against AI taking creative jobs is to band together, combine resources, and support each other. Unions can be good for workers, guilds are cool, and be mindful where you spend your money. So yeah. One more thing. Listen, everyone gather round. AI is one of those topics where people will take extreme views, and I've seen people on both sides viciously attack people who even slightly disagree. These people will always exist, but we have to stop with this false dichotomy bullshit. An attitude that doesn't allow for nuance and real solutions. So I'm just gonna say this. Be kind and patient with each other. Anger and aggression will not help. Open your mind and use those critical thinking skills. When faced with problems, let's solve them together to create a better world for everyone. I love you all, I wish you peace, God bless you, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.